many players on the side of AS Esports, I think it opens up Uzi quite well. This is probably the closest match we'll have all day, pretty significantly. I'm going to give a very slight edge to Wales because of CBL, but not by much.
All right, Mobility, the name of the game for AS Esports. Can they claim their second series victory of the season? We'll find out in a moment as we hand over to your casters, Brillman and Mabinu.
Thank you very much, Aladar, Rebel, and your way as we are back for the Series 3, which something have been very very explosive series as we exchanged the dancing handshakes, even though LLT doesn't really seem to be so... No, okay, fine. Are you gonna dance, mate? Should.
They still haven't really... I still feel like they've let us down not doing the little walk around each other. That was still absolutely my favorite, but I am enjoying this top lane ritual. Lots of sportsmanship coming out compared to the rest of the map, who are just throwing shots at each other, apparently. Cowbell, once again, for Xin. He feels really comfortable on this, and this can provide a lot of playmaking potential. He's been building that Shirelius. He's been trying to let this team start off these fights, and I think ASE are going to find themselves in a very good position overall. I think they've absolutely come in and crushed draft. I'm so glad to see more top laners taking this Irelia matchup into Gnar, trying to really put it down. I'd love to see farming junglers come up against Viego and just trying to just run over him in the CS department and get off to a fantastic lead that he can't really match because his ability to force ganks is pretty mediocre. I don't think Ryze should be played. I think you're trolling if you pick him. So, overall, fantastic work from ASE.
That's a way to look at the things, as not exactly the best of trades for CBL right here. Rakan, of course, a very mobile champion, provides quite a lot of very interesting versatility and volatility to your lane, but not exactly the most chunkiest of the supports. But looking at the series just in general, and our analyst desk has been giving their preference towards the towards Team Wales. So I'm really curious to hear your take on the game, because for me, as far as I saw those two teams collide, it feels like Ace actually do have a very strong angle coming into this game.
Oh yeah, I think a lot of that comes down to the draft.
Thoughts? Igura goes for a solo, puts something, takes it off. He's gonna get the first blood in a solo bolo fashion.
All right, but this might turn it around. Killer Queen is in a great spot as well to stop Hyul from being able to try up and go up and convert it. I think, yeah, mate, you have to try and book it pretty quickly, I think. The wave, I know the wave is in a dreadful position, but mate, you can be jumped on pretty quickly. And here, I think it's just a little bit of clutch. It's just so clutch here. He walks away, and when LLT jumps on him, flashes back into the bush, kills the vision, and the minions can do the rest. It's absolutely fantastic outplay from Nagia. And with the volatility of this matchup, it might end up rendering this Irelia feeling a little bit useless. Definitely until the Blade of the Ruin King starts to come in for that champion. And if Killer Queen can get up there and shut her down even more, that's so much better, because an Irelia from behind feels a little bit worthless. A lot less useful than a Gnar for sure, but the spot lane is starting to be a mess again, but
well, Xin is the one to walk away with a relatively bad trade, as half of his HP is completely blown away. Now we know that ACS... Oop, okay, now flashes have been burnt. I believe the Hero has been burnt by Rarity as well, as they step away from it, not allowing Hero to actually get involved into that fight. And a lot of respect, actually, from Wales towards the bot lane of ACES.
Yeah, the early flash, I think Xin flubbed his combo a little bit there with trying to go for the flash headbutt pulverize, but couldn't quite get it to work now. Glory on the Roam has had this pressure. Can Nagia get this to crash? They read it, teleport comes in, the back off is just comes out straight away, and teleport blown for free. You'll take that.
That's at least something. You force a teleport out of play cool. It has been quite significant part of the first game of this series. Second series second game rather of that series, maybe not that much, but very excited to see him perform on that on that Akali. Very excited to see what he'll be able to bring into this match.
Still, I'm very interested to see. I'd like to see Team Wales try and put a little bit more attention down to the spot side overall. I understand they want to shut out the Aurelia, as mentioned, but if they just keep it a little bit safe, especially in these early stages before that Paranoia comes in for the Nocturne, can play it really safe, can just keep out of range. Level 6 advantage, of course, huge for the Gnar. And then move down, try and stop the Zeri from being the monster it has in the past 2 games. And it's been the big win condition for the side of ASE. Can Uzi get through a team fight? And he's been really fantastic in doing so. We saw the replay just checking out how good he was able to space throughout that team fight. But now it's Killer Queen gonna get the dragon. This is the first Drake of the series.
Onto Nagia now. Even with the flash forward, who's really committed to try and get that one. Vanguard's Edge propping off onto him. With some of the resources invested, they will take the revenge kill. But, exactly as you mentioned, Killer Queen now stepping up in a way that he didn't in the previous 2 games. A bit more of objective control, trying to secure those leads on the map, rather, knowing that your lanes is not exactly in the best state of trying to gank them. And maybe that's something that actually will give Wales an edge in this match.
Top side though, Nagia got ganked to very well timed, playing around that rage bar quite well. There's only so much you can do after you've transformed and Aurelia gets to dash on top of you. Such a painful thing to play, but now, yeah, as we said, it's early pressure from the side of Killer Queen. We're seeing a little bit of why Glory went for this Rise in this matchup in particular. You can bounce the the Flux onto the Akali in the Shroud and still get some damage down. Now, Sports roaming. Sports looking for a little bit of extra oomph. CBL kind of just stuck in the wave as Glory's gonna roaming. Can they try and bait LLT up? Nagia's hiding in a bush with Rage Bar. But
doesn't really seem like we're going to have any of the action, yeah. But an important thing that now, as CBL has roamed his way away, we might see a early Herald angle coming from Team Wales. But CBL still dancing away, Xin recognizing that Aces are really looking to try and answer this, so they continue to apply somewhat of a pressure here on the mid lane, not allowing Wales to operate safely on the top side of the map. Hio is also now swimming in the river, although I'm not sure if Demon is capable actually of swimming inside of a river, but he's capable of killing the Herald, and that's exactly what they're trying to do now.
They found a spot where Killer Queen wants to back off of this red buff. Nagia's Rage Bar is not in a fantastic position either, and the wave is not set up for Glory either. He's kind of just on the wrong side, can't get the push in. So really just a bunch of small things, small timings working out fantastically for the side of ASE, and they're going to walk in and take that over. But the roam down, the sort of leaning towards bot side from Glory and CBL means Ariete will be able to trade back a tower. Will they go for the kill? They're going to get some damage to get a teleport, but
now Uzi actually stepping forward with Lightning Clash used as well, chasing down CBL, takes a lot of chip damage, so they almost actually managed to kill him, but didn't exactly come through. So all in favor now of Wales. They forced their teleport away, they forced their ghost away, and the Lightning Clash on top of it all.
With LLT gone, that's going to give Nagia a bit of free time with this tower. We'll be able to get a plate as well. So overall, it sort of winds up as 2 plates for the Herald, but just spread across different lanes. You're lurking, waiting for LLT to return. Gonna reveal himself.
Paranoia now coming through, but there's no follow-up here for the time being. He's a small Gnar, but the small Gnar is doing a lot of damage, something that a lot of people actually overlook. That yes, maybe you're not that chunky, but the good thing is that you're capable of dealing so much damage. You will be forced away, and LLT and Playco are not able to follow up.
Yeah, you're just moving way too early. Just you're not very. You don't really have the damage to burst down the mini now. You aren't very tanky yourself, so the hyper damage just does a lot on its own. So very good work coming out from Nagia. Just a bit of a fumble from Hyo, not really, just getting a bit impatient, wanting to get things done. But now LLT's on the top side, but now Nagia can build up his Nalbar again, so it'll be a little bit more dangerous. Can't quite go for that all in unless he jumps basically immediately here where it's still low.
Glory is so oppressive, though, in his lane. Running with the open spellbook, yes, that does give you a little bit of defense, but it also gives you a little bit of a kill threat too, right? Because as right, you tend to be a lane bully, you tend to try and get as many leads as possible, and Playcool has been forced away from his lane, and he can't even stay here for any longer, because Glory now switched towards an Ignite, can try and force Playcool down in a moment when he'll be able to get a solo kill, so therefore Playcool really needs to play it slow and easy. In the meantime, LLT is going to gauge the pawn. I think the ultimate has also connected. Flash over the wall. Glory now walking up, as you mentioned. Nagia is jumping, throws a little bit of a piece of a building, and Glory will just get the kill as LLT wasn't able to dance around that.
That's really nice run from Glory, and good timing again from Nagia, making good use of these transformations to just cut down LLT and actually putting this Irelia sort of just denying this matchup, denying the whole reason you pick it. 1 and 2 right now. Getting close to the Blade of the Ruined King, where Irelia basically completes her full build and gets to be a complete menace, as we all know. But right now, just good position around this dragon. It belongs to ASE right now. Glory is in position. He can really join in, teleport as well from Nagia, but I think the play right now is give up the dragon perhaps and just push more towards picking up some more plates, try and get some more gold. But they've actually evacuated. ASE has left the position.
Seems like they're afraid of Nagia teleporting in. And another important thing to see is that Glory already picked up himself the crown of the Shattered Queen. Therefore, it's not going to be that easy for Playcool or even from Uzi to try and burst him down and kill him on the spot. Also running with a ghost now, therefore this race is going to be even faster, even a bit more menace, as Herald is going to be spawned in the bot lane to get a little bit of prio, to get a little bit of that extra bit of gold into your pockets as Uzi steps forward. I don't know if he's going to get that. Oop, now here comes quickness and the knock up with the ground entrance on top of it all. Paranoia has been clicking and he's trying to allow Access to disengage, but it's not going to work for Xin as he will be picked up. Uzi now running for his life, propped in the ghost as well as LLT. Yes, he was making his way here just a bit, but Wales have all the control.
Okay, Killer Queen still has the going for the reset. Just, yeah, Uzi stepping a bit forward. Good collapse on top of him, but of course Zeri can jump over the walls and manages to get out. Xin will give his life in the end as well, and here we go again.
Turieti now, the sphere is still going to connect despite the flash away, but Killer Queen as the equalizer. Yes, you might have taken severe damage, but now go ahead and deal with that Zeri as he's going to try to do something, although Hiyu stepping up now, finding the double kill, and it allows AC to win that.
Yeah, he decided to just stay as Zeri, feeling he could get away with it, but standing right next to the Nocturne, you're in melee range the entire time. I feel the reset needed to come back out, use that ultimate break out of the Zeri form. In the end, it's 2 for 1 because of a bit of some dodgy decision making. It works out all right here. Trade 1 for 1. Zeri can start off, get a good bit of damage down, jump over the wall, throw a laser perhaps, and then here you're kind of low. Ult, try and get a good play off of the heal from the Divine Sundra perhaps. I don't know. I feel like it's a bit of a fumble from Killer Queen, who definitely could have outplayed that for sure, but yeah, just decided to try and be a Zeri, but had nowhere to go, no space to kite it back.
You can feel the pressure now pretty much collapsing onto both of those teams, really, because ACE, they're looking to try to take that into their own hands. They need to try to bounce back. They need to try to go for that miracle run, as we are already in a half of a split. Meanwhile, Wales, they also can't give that game away, because if they do, their run for the playoffs might be just over. So they really need to start picking up those serious As they do take the control over that Herald, teleport is going to come in, so LLT will be able to join his teammates. Herald, though, already down in Dead Zin, now stepping forward. He's going to get engaged upon, but Paranoia comes through. Nobody just flying away yet. It seems like more of a strategic reason. Now onto Nagia, though. He is a bit isolated, but they double ultimate, grand entrance, and the quickness. CBL is low, but it doesn't matter. And it seems like they're picking up kills as much as they can. Playcool gets away with the perfect execution. Killer Quinn is on the chase. Playcool might mean so much trouble because the Ton is really, really fast. And now the reset has been found against Zen, though. Knocked up underneath the turret. Heartbreaker is going to get that confirmed. Uzi, in the meantime, gets the job done. Soloing the entire team of the Whales. Killer Queen can't go in because that area is just too much powerful.
Uzi saves the whole play in the end. It's a 4 for 4. Killer Queen and Uzi, the only ones left with that Zeri winning that 1v2 on the other side. They did not have the lockdown. They did not have the damage. This champion, this player, he's just too good. And it starts off a bit of a mess, a little bit of a fumble, but then as they all go into Nagia, he realizes, I can just knock you into a wall, it's great, and then set up for the Rakan, but there's so much time for Uzi to just stack up these ultimate charges. It goes a little bit fuzzy, it goes a little bit weird on the end there, but Killer Queen splits off to deal with Playcool. And Arietti, he just seems like he doesn't know where he wants to go. The range, this kiting, it's so good for Uzi. And then the ultimate shield bow comes in clutch, saves his life, and Glory can't quite get it done. Spacing is so damn good.
Paranoia now coming through. Now this time around onto Glory. And the Prodigy mid laner will be taking down. So much for the new uprising players. Wales are really crumbling apart now.
Yeah, the Paranoia, the ability of this Nocturne to be everywhere, side laning is so difficult, especially combined with this Irelia who could just get on top of you and stick to you. There's no way to get away from it from that point onwards, and it's just going to be so hard to defend, so hard to play side lanes out properly that they're gonna even get a second tower out of it. This push is just insane. The attack speed. CBL coming in, but they shouldn't be able to do much more. They shouldn't be able to convert and pick up a kill. So unless they can maybe push out the mid lane tower, they've got a Rift Herald, try and get that back for themselves.
Uzi's on the fence,
not quite
though.
Working.
So yeah, the mid lane is gonna fall down, but it doesn't really feel like they will be able to find anything more there. You have to respect that AD carry. You have to respect Uzi, as he has been stepping up massively in this series. All 3 games, all on that Zeri, and every single time, it is the player that you're just destined to watch because you can't stop. He's like a snake charmer.
Teleport.
Coming in from LT. Playcool rather, LT, as Paranoia comes through. They're going on to CBL in the meantime as Uzi steps forward in the mid lane, forcing Arietti away from any fight, and AC now find themselves in the lead towards the kills.
Yeah, they find the collapse onto CBL, just picking off the 2 members, finding the isolated targets, and the ability to collapse from here, the teleport, the Hextech gate usage. It's working out so well for ASE that they're able to claim this dragon, take that away, so stops the soul stacking. And now just so much control from the side of ASE. They are playing these team fights so much better. They're working around their vision. And now LT may have overstepped, but he has back up.
Oh, now he's going to be planted into the wall for the time being. Flashes away Vanguard's edge to keep himself alive. He's going to be taken down, yes, but there's Killer Queen who's now dodging away, using that Aurelia. Look at the speed of that man as he gets out of this tricky situation. Uzi, though, steps forward so you can say bye-bye to your turret.
Towers traded, that's so much, but that's more gold for the side of ASE because it's that inner tower. And yeah, good work from Killer Queen. Trades it back 1-for-1 and gets away with that Irelia, but Arietti has been just pinned to this mid lane. Glory is trying to split push topside, and everywhere Uzi goes, the power of ASE is, and they just can't deal with him. They don't feel like they have a good way to get on top of him, and they're just throwing in the Irelia. You throw in Irelia, you have to deal with it instantly, so they have to turn it all their pressure onto it, and then nothing left for the Zeri, and these team fights are playing out exactly the way ASE wants. And it needs to be Team Wales that are trying to pick the fights, trying to pick the moments. They do not have control of the map tempo. They do not have the decision-making in place.
Look at how different this game is to Game 1 and Game 2. Ace, or ACE rather, I keep calling them Ace, but I mean, they're acing it, okay? They're acing it. There's ways of trying to explain why am I mispronouncing it, but they are an absolute different situation that they have been. They're falling down only approximately 5 to 600 gold by the 20th minute. We mostly see them already behind 5, 3, 8,000k, or 8,000 rather. And it is such of a different scenario for them as they're trying to step up. Uzi now just forcing the entire enemy team away by his sheer presence.
He's playing so safely, and they know the collapse potential of ASE is insane, so they don't want to just try and catch the definitely overextending Uzi. He's playing the bluff, and they are not calling it. And it's all coming together for this ASE lineup. They just feel so strong. And I think a big part of it is... Hold that.
Onto the midst of it all, but he's absolutely alone then. Zin is not able to help you. Teleport from LLC Vanguard's edge, quite big. And now Uzi stepping forward. They're fighting, and Realm Womp is going to deliver the rest of the team as they're going to be able to take down Dara earlier. In the meantime, Glory has to flash forward to try to take down the Alistar. Stun comes through. That's Uzi. He's Killer Queen now, but he saves him for the time being. The Playco now dies into the back lane, but look at the hands bars of Wales. They haven't had a fight that was so brutal for them.
Yeah, Hyo's still low as well. Went for a recall he definitely shouldn't have. Now Nagia has teleported back in. Hyo, again, be careful with your recalls. You can't be so lazy. And with the Nagia and Glory teleporting back in, they're going to turn onto the Baron. They have health bars now. Uzi has backed all the way off. So, big win for Team Wales. They win the fight, they take the Baron, and now they might be able to bring back a smidgen of control into this game. And it starts off with Zin and Hyo going a little bit early. They have the stopwatch and the Unbreakable Will to buy time, but the real crucial thing is, once LLT comes for the flank, Glory, he repositions the entire fight. They all get away, are able to blow up LLT, and then Nagia is able to transform. The flash is good from Uzi and keeps him alive, and then once again shield bow keeping him safe, but because otherwise Killer Queen would have absolutely cleaned that up. Play call goes down because he was on the wrong flank, and it all just comes together. Great Realm Warp to completely change the battle lines, saves the fight, then the teleports, then the Baron. It's looking good, it's looking clean, and now they have the siege again. This is going to be gold coming back. 3k now.
Yeah, they are even going for 4k at this point already. It feels like Wales are back in control. This is something that we're used to see in that series. But I really want to talk about Hyo, since you can feel that the man is really trying to redeem himself. In that series, he wasn't exactly the most visible of the players, and now Paranoia kicks in as well onto Ariete. But this is a Rakan for the rescue. Now here comes Playco in the midst of it all. The double knockup is quite huge, but the ultimate from Nod takes it all. LLT Ariette's in the midst of it all. Uzi just fires away, gets the double kill. Hyo's still alive. Uzi steps forward massively, gets the triple, and Killer Queen alone has to run for the hills because ASE have found themselves that team fight.
They can't. How? How does this keep happening? How is this man? It's like he's just disappearing, being complete. It's like he's got some sort of movement hacks or something, because he's just never in the position to get CC'd, and then he's untouched the entire time. Picks up the dragon, completely turns around. Probably 4 Baron buffs removed. That completely kills the momentum. It's done. It's a negative 1,000, and look, just on the rim of that Gnarl, and then he's just running through so much AoE damage through that ultimate, and then Zin gets a 3-man knock-up as well. They can't convert, they can't get the resets for Killer Queen, and it's by the barest of margins, because if one of those resets happen, then the whole fight looks different. Just absolutely insane coming out from ASE there, and even if Team Wales wins, Player of the Series is definitely Uzi on this area, and you're probably going to have to start adding it to the ban list next to Draven.
Absolutely. And now, yeah, looking for a solo kill. Probably going to get that with ease, although LOT still hanging for his life. Gets on top of him, but with the last slam of his gigantic fist, he's going to get that kill. But you have to give props to Uzi in those team fights, and to Hero as well, even though he was finding some very questionable angles in that in general, but you can feel how much this man is trying to set up his team, trying to set up those engages, and for what it's worth, it has been working for ASE to hang on in there and even find those miraculous team fights, even though they have been falling behind 3,000 and 4,000 gold into this game.
I have to say, Nocturne, for me, really is a champion I want to see Hero on more, because his struggle is having that early presence in the lanes, trying to make good use of the early power of the Wukong or the Viego. But on Nocturne, you don't need that. You just AFK until 6, and then you come in, you're like, all right, I've got Paranoia. I can pretty much always get my gank off, and that's what he needs. That's exactly what he needs, going purely supportive for his team with that stride breaker that Randuin so many slows to work with. He just needs to AFK farm. That's it. Just put him on a farming jungler, get him through this early phase, and then he can start being useful in these more in the team fights, and that seems to be working very well for Team Wales right now. Someone's coming in, trying to catch Playcool.
Wants to Playcool. There has been teleport used as well. Spectrum Wall is going to connect, but Playcool has the perfect execution. He's going to get out of it with no problem, as Paranoia has been used to force Wales to get out. LLT now in the midst of it all. Here comes Eo flying away from underneath the town. And look at Zeri again doing so much damage. LLT was alive for so long, and I see
he's about to transform
forward. Oh, that's a very good Nara ultimate. Playcall almost dead. Zin picked off, and here as well. Uzi now alone, firing away, flashes forward, gets the kill. I can't believe my eyes. Uzi just doing something incredible. Gets them all absolutely alone. Uzi, you're a madman.
1v4 finds that quadra kill. This man is insane. They cannot touch him. Instantly deletes glory, removes the point and clicks CC, and from there they don't touch him at all. Absolute madness coming out, and it all feels a little bit bad. They blow so much, and LLT dances around the start of this fight beautifully. Killer Queen ends up a little bit out of position, dies here, gets the one, and then it starts so well, but again, just on the edge, just outside these Nara ultimates, and then 1v4, so much damage has been built up here, just jumps on, kills Glory, and then from there, they can't touch him, they can't land anything. Ariadne is way too low to step up, that can't risk the range, tries once, gets knocked down, and oh my god, this man. He's too good.
Is the saver of this best of 5, has been stepping up every single time in this best of 3 rather serious, not best of 5, but I would love to see the best of 5 with those players, because Uzi is doing something absolutely miraculous on the map, and thanks to that, the prodigy of an early carry, he's going to try and lead his team towards victory, lead ASE towards the miracle run, and lead to bring down the giants of VCS. But first, they need to try and get through the Wales.
Going to make their moves down to this dragon, pick themselves up a soul point again. Hextech Soul, and Zeri has been impossible to catch so far. If she gets that slow, that chain, that AoE, it's just going to be impossible. You cannot touch this area anymore. She's already building towards her Titanic. This player should not be on a last place team, on a 1-6 team, but here he is having the goddamn series of his life right now. Team Wales, they have to try something. They keep having to deal with the Irelia. They keep getting picked on the terms of ASE, so they can't focus Uzi correctly. Also, this just dodging these Gnarls by the bare minimum. It's absolutely insane every time. Baron is up. Baron is the objective. Baron is the focus. It's going to have to be a quick burn down from Team Wales. They're going to start it up soon. No, there's wards in the way.
Only trying
Okay.
to do it very slowly, but they're going to pull the trigger onto it regardless. Look at Uzi. All sights set on him as the teleport comes in. And now you can see that Zeri coming through. Here comes Paranoia. Another teleport. Baron is down, but in the midst of it all, you have ACE. They're trying to do at least something about it. They're going to bring down CBL. They're going to force one Baron away and maybe even push through the mid lane. But as we were talking about that AD carry, about that Zeri, notice also the itemization. He is full built. There is not even a single thing in his inventory he can buy outside of trading the butts, and maybe he'll do that later. Lightning Clash coming through. Glory goes absolutely golden. LT has to step back, otherwise he's going to be taken down. The knock up there onto Nigeria. Look at the damage of this damn champion, and it is absolutely illegal as he steps forward even more and forces the entire team of Team Wales away. They have the Baron buff. We do not care because we have the Hulk, we have Uzi, we have the man himself.
Yeah, but just pushing them away, fighting them down, just Team Wales funneling in one by one a little bit at a time, not being able to really get into a good position. 3 minutes, they've got 2 minutes left on this Baron. Can they get anything done with it? It feels really unlikely. They're going to have to play these sides extremely well because they can't really stand up to Uzi at all. Unless they can find a flank, unless they can kill him off instantly, it feels like this game is just going to fall further and further into the pockets of ASE. They find themselves with the gold lead for the first time in the game. It's only 500, but as you say, it kind of means not all that much right now because we're approaching full builds. Already got that on Uzi. Siva is just an upgrade onto that Hex Drinker behind. So close, so much gold, so much explosive potential in this game.
So much nerves even on the rift. You can feel how the nerves of those players are cracking, but Uzi gets his head straight, tries to work it through, and now it falls into the hands of Killer Queen or Glory or Nagia or CBL or at least anyone who can try to pinpoint down Uzi, who can pinpoint that Zeri, and maybe Glory will be able to do at least something in those team fights because he has the Crown of the Shattered Queen, has now Zonius off the cooldown, and walks around with the Rabadon Cap too, so he should be hitting like a truck. Dragon is coming up in 1 minute and 40, but both of the teams are really looking for a team fight. Spectrum more connecting. Here comes Paranoia onto the back lane. So many people there as Playku gets in the two. Uzi fires away, gets down Glory. There's nothing you can do. And Wales are already on the run. Uzi is just chasing them down.
That was like 2 autos from Uzi and Glory disappears. That's it. There's no hope. They can't fight anymore. CBL is dying instantly. Glory is popping instantly. It's probably not going to be the game because Baron can stall it out, but that's going to disappear in a second. That Baron play, negative 2,000 gold. It's all falling apart. They don't have the ability to get on top of Uzi. The disruption is too much. They can't even see the bloody thing because of Paranoia. And now Dragon Soul in a minute, and you just see here, they dive in, they kill CBL instantly, and Glory just gets popped. He can't take this Realm Warp out. They're just playing run.
Stepped out of it. He couldn't do anything because he even further saw he got knocked out of it. There's just nothing that Wales are capable of doing right now because the superhero is there, but now, with so many cooldowns off the chart, Nagia has the flash actually available to him. So maybe we can look at some kind of a potential fight here. But here comes Paranoia onto Heo now. He's going to get engaged upon. Even flashes away from it. Look in the back lane. Glory looks on the flank. Yes, indeed. Lightning Clash connecting. Here comes CBL. Goes on to Uzi. But Uzi is untouchable and unreachable. Yes, Hero is down. But Uzi is out of the team fight. Only now gets back in. But look at Glory. Already dead. Nagia flashes over the wall. I am Uzi, he says. Gets Nagia. Flashes forward. Gets Killer Queen right now. He is the Queen Slayer himself. And it's about time for ASE to look to end the game in a dominant fashion.
And this is going to be so devastating for Team Wales's hopes for the future. They needed this win, and with an absolutely menacing performance, absolutely monstrous showing from Uzi, Team Wales, it feels like they've lost their hopes for playoffs. It feels it's so hard from here, and it's a huge win for ASE.